coming in from a VIP Industries. An interesting company, all of us have heard about it. The stock also trading at the day's highest levels. In fact, joining us to discuss more about the stake sale of 32% by the promoter, Mr. Dilip Piramal, Chairman at VIP Industries, joins in at the studio. Mr. Piramal, welcome to the show, and always a pleasure to speak to you and have you here. My first question coming to you is the rationale, because this has been a company which has been really close to you. You've really taken it for over, what, 45, 50 years, that 53 years. And it did scale to a certain level at some point in time. But there have been concerns, which you have also admitted time and again. You have been looking at selling some parts since quite some time. What took you to this stage in terms of coming here and saying that, okay, now this is the time?
See, in all our existence of 53 years, we have been the market leaders.
Correct.
And in the last 5 years, however, we have been losing market share. We are yet market leaders, but very close. The other two companies are very close to us. But more than that, we have, like last year, in the year ending March 25, we made losses in all the 4 quarters, which is a disaster. Correct. As far as my company goes. And also, we are a family-owned company. And my next generation is not much interested in running the business. So for me to take care of the shareholders' interest, and I am the major shareholder, so it is my interest also, the only way out was to find a new management team with who has ownership interest, skin in the game. And that's it was the only option available. Either get a private equity enterprise or a strategic buyer. So finally, with all our discussions and all, we found a good private equity player. And a private equity player really suits us well, because their only objective is to double or treble their investment in a period of 5 to 7 years. And they can do that only by running a very good ship and having good management. So
would it be right to say that there are no operational concerns because you had that kind of market share initially?
No, there are a lot of operational. That is our main problem.
How will a PE investor, I mean, what is that strategy that they will bring into perspective, according to you, along with the finances?
See, you haven't understood what a present-day private equity investor is. And this type of private equity investor who takes a majority control in so many cases, or who takes management control. So in the last 10 years, there is a new trend developed in private equity that they take over companies. And quite often they take over majority stakes, more than 50%. And they have a whole set of people who are managers from good companies. They have a panel and group of managers and advisors, and in various industries, like some companies specialize in consumer industries, Correct. Some are in chemical or commodities and all that. So they have a good infrastructure.
So do you think there will be a churn that will happen at leadership level as well, with they coming in and taking in 32% right now?
I will not talk on behalf of the new investor, because I'm not even on the board. I have one seat on the board, but not myself. I'm over 75, so anyway, I will be given the position of Chairman Emeritus. So I will not answer any questions on their behalf.
Got it. With them coming in and taking 32%, will you be looking at selling the remainder as well? How will that aspect work?
No.
There will be an open offer.
I don't need the money. I need a good value for my shares. I feel that in the long run, I mean, presently there are a lot of difficulties in my company. There are a lot of management problems. So it's going to be a struggle for the first year. But I think in 2 or 3 years, we should do well.
Okay. One of the aspects I remember very categorically for VIP Industries was CSD. That has, and not only for VIP, any segment that goes and caters to the CSD part of the business faces pressures mainly on the back of that lack of payment cycles that come in from CSDs. Plus, when you talk about the margins that you have to give them, that is a concern. Do you think that was also a problem for a VIP that needs to be turned around?
I don't think your understanding is correct at all. First of all, the margins in CSD were one of our highest. Because CHD is a very sort of large distribution network. So we are selling at wholesale prices and our realizations are quite good. And also now in the last 10, 15 years, CHD has become a real clean operation.
Okay.
And our share of CHD business for all the companies has gone down. You know, earlier on CHD used to be 20-25%. In fact, one of my smaller competitors, it used to be 40% of the business. So now with all these very large outlets like e-commerce has become such a new channel, you know, and they're doing 25%, in some cases even more. So all these other channels have taken away a big share of CHD. So they are, it's not such a large channel, so our realizations are also better.
Okay.
And they're running a much more efficient government. Let me tell you, with this Modi government, even CHD's operations have become much more organized.
So which is a positive.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So if you have to talk about all the negatives, you know, as of now, which multiples will have to come and turn around. We are talking about profitability and operating margins, which were a hit, which you already mentioned. There is high and persistent inventory, which was also a concern. Thirdly, we were looking at a market share loss. Management issues is what you mentioned. And there were constant rating downgrades also that happened from a CRISIL. Now, from all these 5 aspects, how soon do you think that turnaround will start? And with your conversations with multiples as well, which are the aspects which will see a faster turnaround versus the others?
See, this question should be addressed to multiples. I haven't gone into any details about what they're going to do. I've seen that they are a very capable company of turning around the company.
Okay.
And I've rested at that. So I am not giving any unsolicited advice.
Absolutely.
And I am not even on the board. So I'm very clear. I don't want a role in the management. I mean, my main concern was management. So whenever I'll be chairman emeritus, or even without that, I am always there. So let them take over charge and then...
you said there will be one board seat that you will have.
Yeah.
So it will be someone from the family who will take it over?
Yeah.
And will that be Radhika?
No.
No, not Radhika as well. Okay, and from here on, now that you've given the company to be managed by someone else...
Owned and managed.
Owned and managed by someone else, what is Mr. Dilip Piramal going to be embarking on after 75? That's something that everyone would want to know
We'll
as well.
have another interview for that.
Absolutely.
Give me some time. Yeah, let me get the money. That'll take about 3 months.
Okay.
Then we can have another interview.
Okay. And after this 3 months, anything else that you think you would probably, if you want to come back as well from any position, is there an open-ended conversation on that end, or you think it's going to be
with whom?
With VIP, or it's going to be just a board seat? That's about it.
For the time being, it's just a board seat.
Okay. All right. Anything else you would want to tell investors? Because this is going to be a turnaround, right, for the investors as well. Yeah. Anything that you would want to tell them?
They have to be patient. Our management is not in very good shape. So it'll take some time, you know.
But it'll come there.
Of course. The overall fundamentals are very good. Markets are, tourism is the largest growing industry in the world for the last 10 years. We are a very, very minute part of the tourism industry. Luggage is a very small category. And our fundamentals are very good.
But do you see competition coming in from all these small startups as well? Do you think that could be a concern?
No. Small startups, nothing. I mean, they make a lot of noise and all, you know. And then they peter out at 50 crores. I mean, even for them to do 100 crores is a big thing. The market is growing. And for us, the international markets are a very big opportunity, which very few companies can really take advantage of.
So that becomes beating a Samsonite, who is the largest player right now, right?
Forget beating Samsonite, that's a long draw, but we can become a multinational. First things first, you know. I mean, I can't talk of beating Samsonite.
So
like when Samsonite came to India 30 years ago.
They were not able to take a foothold,
Let me talk. Don't interrupt me, please. So Samsonite is the only multinational in luggage in the world. They operate in about 130 countries. Yeah? They came to India about 30 years ago. They said that they will become market leaders in 3 years. Now it is nearly 30 years and they're still not one day they have achieved market leadership. And India is the only, in all the roughly 130 countries. They are market leaders everywhere. The number 2 is, in most cases, not even 10% of the sales. Luggage is such a fragmented industry. Only in India is VIP the market leader, where Samsonite is not the market leader. So that shows something about our company.
And in international markets, which do you think will be strong for an Indian brand to enter?
Everything. Luggage is the same product everywhere. There is no special luggage for America or Germany or Indonesia, for that matter. It's the same product everywhere. So it depends what is, like, we have not gone into that area at all. We sold a little bit of exports in some Gulf and a little bit in Europe and all. But that's a whole new avenue, and what has happened is that China was dominating manufacturing in all these countries. Now China has become a high middle income country. So their wages and all, and the population is receding. And they have that 4-to-1 syndrome. That means the one child policy. So the population is going down. The youngsters, rich people, they don't want to get into luggage manufacturing. And they are either, many of them have emigrated to Australia. I'm talking, we had 8-10 vendors, very large vendors, up till 5 years ago. So all the second generation is hardly working, except out of 8, only 1 or 2 are still there in the business. So all these industries, low-wage industries, are moving out of China. So India is the next best option. And luggage is such a small industry that it's not like ready-made garments, which exists in virtually all the countries in the world. Even in America, there is a small ready-made garment industry. But same thing, it moved out of China, the ready-made garments. But so large portion moved to Vietnam, large portion moved to Bangladesh. Bangladesh has become the second largest exporter of ready-made garments in the world. And that is what made me go to Bangladesh for soft luggage, because soft luggage is a type of similar industry, So India is very well suited for the luggage industry.
I think that's an interesting
And then
point.
you have to be large in India, not anybody can go to international markets. You have to be first very large in your domestic market, and we are there. So we have a very good opportunity of becoming a multinational. So rather than, my advice to a buyer would be that you first improve your profitability, and getting that 48% market share is not the aim, because that becomes very expensive. And for what? I would rather be satisfied with today my market share is about 38%. I'm happy with 42, 43, because I have to be leading. I haven't to lose market share. I should be gaining, because that makes me a weak company if I lose market share. So I have to gain, but I'm okay at 43. This is my thinking. The new management will do what they want. But my advice to them would be that think of the larger international market, and that that can be 3-4 times my business, total domestic business. So that is a much bigger thing.
Yeah, that's a bigger game. And what is important and interesting, Mr. Piramal, is that you've recognized where the pain points are. You've come to a conclusion in terms of what is beneficial for the shareholders, and that is clearly being reflected in terms of the stock as well right now. Thank you so much for joining us on the show and coming to the studio. So that's the management of VIP Industries. But completely out of time, but that is a wrap on this edition of Profit Buzzers. Please stay tuned. Lots more on the other side.